loves. So today I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me video. These are one of my favorite things to film and also one of my favorite things to watch. I just love laid back get ready with me videos. I feel like I'm just hanging out with you guys and sharing some products that I love using every day. And I also got a few things at Ulta today, so I thought I would share kind of my first impressions with them as I get ready. So I'm starting with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is a really awesome primer. I've been using it for a while now and it just does a great job of helping to keep my makeup on my face longer, and it applies a little smoother with it on, so I love this stuff. I focus a lot of it on my T-zone because that's where I get the most oily, and I just kind of blend. Next, I'm going to be using this little color correcting concealer palette from NYX. This has really come in handy recently. They're all cream concealers in different colors, and you can see that I've hit pan on a couple of them because I'm such a big fan of this. I go ahead and use the yellow one on any redness on my face, which I've got a good amount with my rosy Irish cheeks, so I just like to tone them down a little bit before I put on foundation, and this has been doing that really well for me. I do want to find a yellow concealer that isn't in a palette like this though, because I feel like I've used it up so much faster than the rest of the concealers because I use it on a lot of my face. And so if you guys have any recommendations for a yellow kind of toned concealer that's just on its own, let me know in a comment below, because I definitely want to find one, and one that's going to last as well as this one does. And then I go ahead and use this peachy one underneath my eyes to kind of cancel out any of the dark circles that might be going on there. They're a little better right now because I slept so much last night. It was wonderful. This really comes in handy for days like my long conference days that I've been having recently, because I work crazy hours and barely sleep, so this is a lifesaver for sure. And now I'm using one of the first products I bought at Ulta. This is the Revlon Color Stay Foundation in Sand Beige. Yes, this is the Combination Oily Skin formula. I've been using this foundation for years, but I just started to run out of the one that I was using previously, so I went ahead and picked that up today. I do really love this foundation, and I'm really stoked that they put a pump on it because it makes it so much easier to control how much product you're using, which is super nice because I used to dump this all over my hand all the time because it's so liquidy. To apply it, I'm using this little beauty sponge from Target. This isn't really anything special. I think it was like $5, but it works pretty well, and I'm a huge fan of it. I just washed it and you pretty much can't even tell that I've been using it for a couple weeks. It's pretty clean. So I think it does a pretty good job of blending, and I'm a big fan. For my under eye concealer, I'm going to be using Maybelline Fit Me. This has been another concealer that I've been using for a long time, and I'm really a big fan of it, like a lot of these products. It just does a good job of brightening my under eye area, and I also don't really find it to budge or crease too much as long as I use powder, just like with most concealers. And I like to do the typical triangle under eye shape to help brighten, and then I also like to apply a little down the bridge of my nose to kind of highlight that area a little bit. Now to set that, I'm going in with Rimmel Stay Matte. This is the transparent one, and a nice little powder brush from Sigma, which needs to be washed, so just pardon that. But I like to focus this on my nose because that's one area that I get pretty oily. Also my eyes to set the concealer that I just applied. And then I'll do a little on my forehead as well. And then just kind of swirl any excess around my face. I really like to focus the powder more where I need it, and then try not to go too heavy where I don't need it so that my makeup doesn't end up looking too cakey. Now I'm going to use the NYC Sunny Bronzer, and this one looks super gross. It kind of has like foundation all over it. I've also definitely hit pan on it, but I love this stuff It's a great bronzer for a pale person like myself because it's not too dark. And I think it just does a nice job of contouring my face. I don't go too crazy with bronzer because, again, I'm really pale. I don't want it to be too obvious and look a mess. But I think this one does a pretty good job. Next, I'm going to do blush using that same contour brush. And I'm using the Coastal Scents 10 color blush palette, which is a beautiful thing that I love so much. Highly recommend if you just want some blush colors to play with. I'm using this kind of peachy, orangey, warm blush, which I've really been liking for the summertime. Then I'm just going to blend that out with the same powder brush that I used earlier. So now I'll start on my eyes. I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance for primer. I've had this specific one probably longer than I even should. It lasts super long and is a wonderful primer. I really don't have any issues with creasing with this ever. Same thing with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, but I just happened to buy Shadow Insurance this time, and I think I'll probably end up repurchasing it because it's lasted so long and it does the job. I'm a fan. Now for eyeshadow, I'm going to use my very well-loved Naked palette. I've hit pan on a couple of these colors. Naked doesn't even exist anymore. It was a good crease color while it lasted. I'm gonna start with Half Baked, which is one of my favorite eyeshadows to put all over my lid. It's just such a good, basic, kind of warm color, which I feel like works really well with my skin tone. Pretty much this is my go-to whenever I'm feeling having some sparkle, but also kind of matching, I don't know, my whole look, I guess, if that even makes sense. For the crease, I'm going in with Buck, which is just a nice, warm, medium brown color. Good stuff. Really don't go too crazy with my eyeshadow, to be honest. I just like it to have a little something to it and kind of define my eyes a little bit more. Going to use Dark Horse, which is kind of a nice bronzy color in the crease, really more the outer V area, to just kind of, you know, get a little extra something. Then I'm going to take a nice fluffy blending brush and just blend all of that together so I don't have any harsh lines happening. For eyeliner, I'm using Maybelline Line Stiletto, and I'm just going to do it off camera because I'm really bad at staying in the frame when I do my eyeliner. But if you guys want a tutorial or anything like that with me actually doing my eyeliner, I will go ahead and do that for you guys and find an angle where I'm not gonna not be in frame. Okay, so now I'm back. I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. This is just a little Tweezerman eyelash curler. I'm gonna curl my lashes so they're ready for mascara and to be curled and beautiful all night long. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Maybelline Rocket Volume Mascara. This is the waterproof one. It's one of my go-to and absolute favorite mascaras. Just gives a lot of volume and makes my lashes super dark and does not budge, all of which I love. Also, I don't know if you guys do this, but I find that looking down when I apply my mascara makes things a lot easier, and then I don't get mascara all over like my crease area. I do have pretty long lashes, so I think that's part of what causes that, but this seems to kind of help me to not do so as much, which is appreciated because no one wants mascara all over their face. That's just sad. Now for my waterline, I'm trying something else new, which I'm really excited about. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Perversion, I think. Yes, it's in Perversion. and I've heard so many good things about these liners, and I swatched it in the store when I was at Ulta today, and I like walked around with it, and then I was like rubbing my hand all over it, and it did not budge, and I was amazed by that. So yes, I did spend $20 on an eyeliner, but I'm really hoping that it lives up to my expectations. I mean, if Makeup by Tiffany D says this is a good eyeliner for the waterline, then I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great. If this freaks you guys out, I apologize, but I'm just gonna give this a whirl real quick. It definitely applies super easily, which I'm a huge fan of so far. I think I'm just gonna do my tight line and not actually my bottom waterline, but I really am a fan of how that applied so far. It's super creamy as well, which I feel like is a plus. All right, so far so good. It applied super easily. I think it really made my lash line super dark, which I'm a huge fan of because I think that kind of makes my lashes pop that much more. I've really been liking tight lining lately, but the pencil I was using previously would stay for a little while and then just kind of be all over my face. So I'm hoping that this will have some good lasting power. I will definitely get back to you guys on that, but I've heard lots of good things about these pencils, so I definitely think it was worth the investment. For brows, I'm going to be using two of my go-to products. The Maybelline Brow Satin. Oh, actually, I lied. It used to be called Brow Satin. It's now Brow Define and Fill Duo. This has a pencil and a powder, which is just a really nice combination. And then I'm also going to be using the clear Maybelline Great Lash as my kind of setting gel. So I'm actually going to be using the other side of my Brow Precise pencil from Maybelline as well, which I really didn't like the pencil very much, but I love that it has a spoolie on the end, and it's nice and small and easy to throw in my makeup bag. So I've been using this recently until I find a better spoolie. I was very disappointed by this pencil though. I'm thinking about doing a video on it maybe because it just does not work for me, and I don't know if I'm using it wrong, but every time I sharpen it, it just kind of gets really sad and doesn't work. So I was kind of bummed out by this just because I love the other Maybelline brow products so much. I'm starting first with the pencil side and just defining the edge of my brows. So I like to fill them in a little, just really start to give them a lot more definition. I definitely think the combination of both sides of this is awesome, and I just am obsessed with this product. I think it's so easy and compact and matches my brows really well, which is appreciated as well. So yeah, then I go ahead and go in with the powder side and kind of just define things a tiny bit more. And I'm setting that with the Great Lash. And now for lips, I'm going to be trying another new product. This is one of the Katy Kat mattes from CoverGirl, designed by Katy Perry. I was kind of tempted just because it was Katy Perry, but also because this is such a pretty pink color and I just really wanted to try it out. This is in Magenta Minx, and that is what it looks like. Just a totally girly pink color, but I'm really excited about it. We'll see how it applies. This lipstick is definitely a little bit brighter than I expected it to be, but I think it's super fun for summer, and I'm really glad that I bought this. So we'll have to see how the staying power is, but so far I am a fan. It's pretty creamy and I think it's gonna dry kind of nicely. Alright, and here is my completed makeup look. I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed and get ready now. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I know it was kind of long. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down there if you want to stay updated on my channel and when I post new videos. And you can join our little Curlyhairlove family we have going on here. And yeah, I guess that is about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.